Hello, YouTube. So, let's talk about forgotten accomplishments and or forgotten deeds that you have done, which makes you very relevant in probably your purpose. Okay, so I want to tell you about something. First of all, I was thinking how, I haven't done much, or maybe maybe I haven't really figured out my purpose or whatever. But anyways, I want to tell you about a time where it was me and a friend. We were talking in my complex here, and it was a lady screaming a guy's name, and she's screaming really bad. So immediately we thought like, oh my god, he's beating her, right? Mm. The neighbor says, no, that's her son's name. So we knock on the door, and so we knock on the door, and she jumps back onto the couch, and she's like screaming panic, and she's looking, and her son is on the floor laid in front of her at a distance, out naked on the floor, and the father is in the kitchen in shock, right? He's in shock. So we asked, and it was unbelievable how calm I was. I asked, what's wrong? And she said she got him out the tub. He began to have a seizure, and then he stopped breathing. And he was laying there basically lifeless. So I went to kneel next to the boy, and I asked if they did CPR. They said no. He began to urine on himself. He was very lifeless, very limp. And I remember hearing that once a person begins to release their muscles and bodily functions and fluid, that um that's a sign of, the death. So I began to do CPR. I've never done CPR. I've never taken a class. No, nothing. So I cocked his head back like this, and to open up his airway here, and I began to pump 5 times, and then I breathed, and then I did it again, and then I breathed, and then I did it again, and he began to cough up, you guys. He started coughing, and he started foaming, and he started breathing. He started breathing. And the other girl that I was with called 911 again, and they put him on the phone. They told me turn him on his side. And I just think, at the time I didn't think nothing of it. I just kind of did what I felt needed to be done at the time. It's like, it's amazing how when there's emergencies, how a person goes straight into action. You don't even think, you do what I guess needs to be done, especially if you're a person outside of the issue or not emotionally attached. And that's what I did, and I'm proud to say, I think because of me, I saved his life. I and I never really thought about that I've done it, but I did. Another thing that I did, it was a guy that was next to my dad in the nursing home, and I went to go talk to him, and I asked, hey, you know about God or anything? He said, yeah. I was like, are you a Christian? No. I was like, have you ever given your life to Christ? No. I was like, are you interested in learning about Jesus Christ? He said, yeah. And so I talked to him about him, and I was like, are you interested in giving your life to Christ? Do you believe in heaven or hell? And then he said yes. And then he said, yeah, he wanted to give his life to Christ. And I said the prayer with him for him to give his life to Christ. I did it. That is like buku pointers, like winning souls. Like, who does that except pastors? I don't even know what to tell you. I feel so amazing when I left out of there. Like, oh my God, I won a soul for Jesus. I did what our main purpose is, which is to go out and win souls, what he trained the disciples to do. And I did it. I did it. So those two priceless things, oh man, I'm so happy to say I was able to do. And I know it's some wonderful things that you have done that you probably forgot that you've done, but you need to think about it and remember, because there's some great things that you have done and implemented change and things in people's life where you've helped them. And you should pat yourself on the back for that, because it had not been for you, what would have happened to that person? Or if it had not been for you, with a lot of things that you probably have done and you don't even give yourself you don't give yourself any credit for it, and you should. So think about those wonderful things that actually make you a wonderful person, and be happy about it, and stand up tall with your shoulders back and say, hey, I have done some great things in my life and I'm proud of it. I am a good person, and I have done, and you can continue to do great things. Write them down in a book. Keep a book with you about wonderful things that you've done and things that has happened to you that are great, so you can remember those things, because people are quickly can forget when realities hit them and they want to forget. So you can go back to your little book and check it out and smile again and be happy and realize that you do have a purpose. And maybe my purpose was here to save the little boy's life, or to help that guy come to Christ. So I just had to share that, because I forgot about that. And I felt I kind of was having like a little stinky phone party for myself, a little yuck party for no reason. I've done some really nice stuff. Yeah. And you have too. So tell me about it. Write it in my comments or do another video. Subscribe. Thanks for viewing. See you later on my next Let's Talk About.